I think for me the biggest challenge was, and it's something that I'm still adapting to, is that I think from a Hispanic background, a Latino culture, we tend to be very direct and we tend to address things as they arise, right? So we have this reputation of being quite fiery. Think about Gloria from Modern Family, for example. But I think it's a really good thing that if there's a problem, we talk about the problem, we argue, we might speak loudly and get quite passionate about things, but the problems resolve. And a challenge I have in New Zealand is that people have difficulty talking about problems. People are afraid of sometimes seeing a confrontation as something bad, right? So, of course, you don't want to put someone down or be rude or anything, but I come from a culture that if something went wrong or if there's a problem, we talk about it, we suss it out, and we move on to the next. So, for me, it's the biggest thing is the perception of there is no problem, but actually there's all the problems, but we just don't talk about them.
At the beginning, it was learning English and understand the accent because vowels are very different because people don't articulate enough. Then in Spanish, we have open vowels, like in English, it's not the case. Then understand people, understand the language was the first. The second was the climate. It's humid, it's extremely cold, but culturally easy. I think people are most of the time friendly, but of course, I miss the warm side of relationship.
Getting past the idea that we're nobody, and maybe that's a very old stereotype, but it's one that lingers, and it's very difficult to kind of like go to a conference, for example. Now I'm kind of like used to it, and now I have my PhD, so you're kind of like, okay, you made it to a certain level, but kind of like starting at the beginning, the fact that I'm speaking in another language, that I have to think on the spot in another language, sometimes words come out completely backwards and even you don't understand what you're trying to say, and then you have to kind of like, so that idea that people are kind of like not able to understand me is not, there's never the thought because that this is the case because I'm a Spanish speaker. It's always related to lack of cognitive something that I'm going like, no, trust me, in Spanish I sound super brilliant.